Anime is an art form that deserves high praise and respect. Recently, I've stumbled upon a piece of media that has left me speechless. It's been a couple of weeks, but I still can't shake this feeling. If you've ever watched a good anime, you know this feeling very well. It could just be me that this show left a mark on, but I'm still gonna share it and share the reasons why it means so much to me. Within 5 episodes, this show has shook me to my core. No matter how the show continued or ended, those 5 episodes was forever stuck with me. Again, to emphasize, we're talking about an anime, a sports anime at that. The show I'm referring to is the story of Ao Ashi. Today I'm here to tell you about an anime named Ao Ashi. Aoashi, I think that's how I say it. But yeah, Ao Ashi is a football anime that aired at the same time as Blue Lock, another football anime. Due to Blue Lock's unique approach to the sport, Blue Lock got way more hype and more overall coverage. But if we're talking about quality and which show is better, the answer has to be Ao Ashi. So let's actually go over the reason why we're here today. We're here to talk about Ao Ashi and the presence of his mother. I find it very evident that a lot of writers like to gloss over the fact that characters are young and they have parents. With this show, they did not struggle with that. Ao Ashi, our main character, is in his last year of middle school. He's still a kid. It's really evident in this story due to them highlighting his mother and her presence. Whether our main character wants to be the #1 striker in the world or the president, he's still bound to his household. Overall meaning, you see our character chasing his dreams, but no matter how hard he chases, in the ending of the day, he still is a child. It's hard to see anime go over this topic so well. Again, in only 5 episodes, they gave you a whole story in itself. We see a true departure. Alright, let's take a break from this serious topic. Cue the lit music. Our main character is not a world-renowned striker, but he's tough. He lives out somewhere in Japan, in the country somewhere, and he's the best one on his team. Like, no one in his region is stopping him from scoring. He keeps his feet at the ball and scores. His teammates rely on him. You see the crowd cheering for him, girls losing it, they love him. He's really that guy. In the first episode, you see him get fouled out because he attacked another player for calling him poor. Apparently it was a childhood friend. Sending shots, foul play, but whatever. Fast forward, apparently he has anger issues here and there, and he keeps getting fouled out. So scouts aren't taking him, but one scout took a risk with him. A scout all the way from Japan. You see Ao Ashi and his mother arguing and stuff of that nature. Fast forward, he's walking alongside the beach. Later that day, he falls asleep and he wakes up to the Japan scout, or the Tokyo scout, holy moly. He gets an offer to play for the best team in Tokyo if he tries out. Of course, now he's hyped, he's ready to go to Tokyo. There's only one problem though, he's broke. Ashito and his older brother is raised by a single mom, so of course they're not gonna have the best cost of living or the best funds. With that being said, they still run a bar or something of that nature, like a restaurant or something. But luckily for Ashito, his brother saved up enough money for him to go to Tokyo. Ashito goes to Tokyo without even telling his mom. He sees the pitch, he sees the players ready to try out. It's a whole new environment and he immediately falls in love. And speaking of love, bro's already pulling and he just got there. I'm telling you, he's that guy. But he tries out for the team. That takes up like episode 2, 3, pretty much. See him struggle, see him overcome it, you know, anime stuff. But we're not here for that. Either way, he gets back to his hometown and all he has to do now is wait for the results to see if he made the team. This is where the show starts to get real. You think of the top sports anime like Haikyuu or Kuroko's basketball, and there's always a lack of human, or better for me to say, a lack of outside human emotion or human interference. That being said, I'm specifically talking about parental guidance. Again, Ao Ashi executed in this category. Simply said, we kind of see a side of Ashito's mother. We see an absence of emotional interaction. Throughout the episodes, we see her paying attention to the status of Ashito's career and if he's gonna make it to Tokyo or not. Because if he is accepted, he will have to leave his town behind. His school, his family, friends, all of it. As a past athlete myself, I've traveled and had to make sacrifices, so I know what it's like. We see Ashito's mother kinda neglect him and avoid him while he's prepping for Tokyo. After the tryout, he's hyped up but nervous to see if he made it or not. getting to the point he got accepted. Because he's gonna have to commute to Tokyo and live on campus, it's a matter of funds. Just to fast forward and help you guys, his mother and brother finds a way to make it happen. You see her kind of avoiding him still from him not telling her that he went to Tokyo to try out, but you see her kind of sad. She brought the acceptance note to him. She gives it to him and he celebrates with his friends. He goes up to her to see if she's happy and she says,
なんかサッカーにあんたを取られるみたいやね.
He's spooked by this comment because in his eyes, he's using football to help him help his mother. He has to become a professional so he can pay the bills and help her in the ending of the day, even if it means sacrificing his high school years and not being with his family as much. For the next couple of months, she's prepping to help him move. And that whole time, he's trying to apologize to her and get to her and talk about the situation where they executed. You see someone outside of our main character with human emotion. She's avoiding the subject because it makes her emotional. She's a tough one. In the ending of the day, she's still his mother and she's going to miss him. She's doing double the work and making sure she gets the funds for him to live in Tokyo and focus on his career. He has to leave school without even graduating, and he takes it upon himself to leave one day without telling any of his friends. This is the part of the story that really hits. We have our main character, Ashito. There's a girl, a childhood friend of his, who's absolutely in love with him. He has his team who absolutely adores him. Even though that's a fact, one day in class, his teacher announces to the class, Ashito will be leaving for Tokyo. He didn't give them any warning or any signs. They knew he had to leave, but they thought they had time. And that's something this show does great. The topic of you think you have time. Just like his mother, Ashito is unable to deal with emotional interactions. You now see him walking with his brother towards the bus stop to leave. In his mind, he thought he got out clean without getting emotional or crying. Even though he thought that was the case, when he gets to the bus stop, all his friends is waiting for him. He's stunned, but what's really on his mind is still his mother. She didn't walk with him to the bus station and she neglected a real conversation with him for months. Even though he's still thinking about it, he smiles. He greets his friends, they talk, they laugh, they take pictures while waiting for the bus. When he hops on the train to leave, he sees all his friends tearing up. The girl tearing up that liked him, even his brother kind of looks emotional. His teammates sobbing, sad at the split. Any of you guys who had to move schools, leave someone, move states, it does not matter. You know what it's like to let go of people. This truly hit me, especially as someone who had to move schools in 5th grade, let alone move countries. This really resonated with me, and the way they executed it was beautiful. On the train, he reads a note that his mother gave to him and told him to read only once on the train. You see her apologize during this note for neglecting him in the conversation, but you see her truly open up and share her true feelings. She tells him whether he succeeds or fails as a pro, she is forever proud of him. She will forever love him and stand strong and always be waiting for him to return home, succeed or fail. She bears her heart in this note, feelings that he thought was not there. He tried to stay strong and smile through it all, but this last straw with his mom giving him this note, confirming that she cared throughout the whole situation, finally makes our main character break. And this moment was absolutely beautiful.
頑張って。
From episode 1 to episode 5, the way they stringed everything along was absolutely beautiful to me. Again, this show does a great job at going over the topic of you think you have time when you don't. And honestly, I want to chase my dreams and continue appreciating art and sharing it with people. So I'm going to continue with this channel, continue sharing the art I consume, and I hope you guys come along for the journey.